Good morning, everyone. I'm Claire Cardona, and I will share with you my research paper on the topic climate change. So, the target audience of my research paper are the youth. Youth in general represent our future. They are typically more open to learning and adapting to new behavior, especially if it is socially relevant. With their openness to learn and curiosity or desire to address a global issue such as climate change, youth are ideal for raising awareness to their fellow youth. The age range of my target audience is 15 to 34 years old. The youth have a strong sense of moral responsibility towards environmental issues, concerns for the well being of future generations and the planet. So, educating and involving our youth instills behaviors and values that would shape them as future decision makers or leaders, consumers, and good citizens. The profile of my target audience are out of school youth, in school youth, and recent graduates. The objectives of my research paper is to engage and educate youth on critical issues of climate change, to develop a comprehensive multimedia infographic science and technology material, to reach at least 1,000 young people, increase awareness and understanding of food waste management. And lastly, seek to inspire youth to take actionable steps in reducing waste. So, the key message of my research paper is for the youth to act as waste warriors for a cleaner tomorrow. So, you, as youth leaders, hold the key to transforming on how we deal with waste and slowing down the effects of climate change. The type of science and technology material that I'll be using is a video infographic material, which is a mixture of short form video content and infographics. The advantages of this material is it is highly engaging, visually captivating. It break down complex information to simple, easy to digest visuals. The visual storytelling makes the information more memorable and shareable, and it is a powerful tool for delivering engaging, impactful content. To cite a youth group or real stories about engaging with youth is there's a youth group in Barangay Tablon, Cagayan de Oro City that was trained on black soldier fly farming. So this youth group receives a skills training on BSF farming from a local organization named Peace Crops. They discovered the remarkable function of the BSF as a potent scavenger of food waste. So the BSF consumes organic waste and then convert it into a valuable resources, promoting circular economy. So this type of farming addresses the increasing food waste from restaurants, food chains, and vegetable landing sites. So the Tabloon youth are now independently managing the BSF farm and collaborating with civil society organizations for more support. So as they can do it, other community and youth can too. With a call to action, let us start small, start now. So in every research paper, we usually conduct review of literature. So one of the review is understanding the intersections of climate change and food waste management. So climate change is one of the most pressing challenges of our time, and its effects are far-reaching, impacting ecosystems, economies, and communities worldwide. So studies highlight that food waste contributes significantly to greenhouse gas emissions, primarily through methane production by decomposing organic material in landfills. So it was highlighted by Wikipedia that methane has a global warming potential over 20 times that of carbon dioxide. Another one is global food waste and its environmental impact. According to FAO, or Food and Agriculture Organization, there's an estimate that approximately one third of all food produced for human consumption, about 1.3 billion tons annually, is lost or wasted. So this wastage accounts for nearly 8 to 10% of global greenhouse gas emission, making it a substantial factor in climate change. Another one is food waste across the supply chain. So food waste occurs at various stages of the supply chain, so from production and processing to distribution and consumption. So in high income countries such as developed countries, a significant portion of food waste happens at the consumer level, whereas in low and middle income countries, such as the Philippines, losses are more prevalent during production and processing due to inadequate infrastructure and technology. As well as there's a review of literature on strategies for mitigating food waste. One is to effectively strategize food waste management. It is essential for mitigating climate change impacts also. So this can be done by food rescue and distribution. There are programs that redirect surplus food to those in need, the community, shelter house, or food banks. So in this way, it can reduce waste and alleviate food insecurity. Another one is technological innovations. Advancement in technologies such as AI are being utilized to optimize food production and distribution, thereby reducing waste. Another one is solutions through effective management. The literature highlights several strategies to address the food waste crisis. First is prevention at source, so encouraging households, businesses, and institutions to adopt better planning and storage practices, which can significantly reduce food waste. So, public awareness campaigns and educational initiatives are essential. Another one is redistribution. So, surplus food can be redistributed to communities in need, reducing waste and addressing hunger. um, this can be done if there are surplus of vegetable. This can be given to shelter house or bahay kalina. Another one is composting. So diverting organic waste from landfills to composting facilities reduces methane emissions and produces nutrient-rich compost for agriculture. So there's a skills training with TESDA, which is organic farming or creating organic fertilizer for, and this one is very um, relatable or connects to the diverting organic waste from landfills. Another one is anaerobic digestion. So this process converts organic waste into biogas, a renewable energy source, and digestate. So a nutrient-rich material that can be used as fertilizers. And lastly, the most important one is policy intervention. Governments worldwide are enacting policies to reduce food waste. So, for instance, here in the Philippines, we have enacted a law, the Food Waste Reduction Act, that aims to reduce food waste through donations and recycling food as fertilizer or compost. Now, I would like to share with you, as I piloted my science and technology material to my target audience. My SNT material was piloted with a group of youth from local youth organization here in Cagayan de Oro. The data gathering was conducted through a survey format. While the intended sample size was 15 participants, only 11 were able to complete the survey. So the participants aged between 15 and 34 years old, as I mentioned earlier, were predominantly 18 to 24 years old, comprises 63.6%, and with 27.3 15 to 17 age range, and 9.1% age 30 to 34. Of the respondents, 54.5% were currently enrolled in school, and the rest are out of school youth. The gender distribution showed that seven participants, or 63.6%, were female, and the rest were male. The respondents are from urban barangays of the city. So, as they were being asked on the environmental issue um, caused by food waste, with 36.4% of the respondents identifying it as the biggest concern. So, this reflects growing awareness of the climate impact of methane gas released by decomposing food. Loss of natural resources such as water and land follows at 27.3%, emphasizing the strain food waste places on essential resources. So, meanwhile, 18.2% view landfill waste and biodiversity depletion as equally significant, showing a balanced recognition of food waste, diverse and environmental consequences. So, these insights suggest the need for comprehensive education to address all of these interconnected issues. So, with regards with the strong support of for community-based food waste management programs, 81.8% responded expressing clear interest, and 18.2 is open to participating depending on the program. So this indicates a willingness to engage in collective action, provided initiatives are accessible and aligned with community needs, highlighting the potential for successful implementation of such program. So when the youth was asked on what would make them likely to take action on food waste and climate change, 54.5% of respondents feel that more awareness and education would motivate them. So incentives such as discounts for sustainable behaviors were the second most common motivator at 27.3%. Support from friends or community and more convenient options for reducing food waste both garnered 9.1%. So this just shows that increasing knowledge and offering tangible incentives are key drivers for encouraging action on the issue. So on the type of educational materials that would engage them on food waste management topic, they indicated that informative videos such as my material are the most preferred one. Interactive infographics and social media campaigns are both equal at 27.3%. So, preference for a visually engaging and accessible content is they highlighted it. So, with this, it is important to utilize dynamic and digital format to effectively capture audience interest and promote awareness. With regards with the expert review, on the other hand, the expert reviewed was participated by an executive director of the Peace Crafts Incorporated through a KII tool. His observation of the S&T material on climate change and food waste management was positive. He concurred the facts shared in the video material accurately identifies the key issues contributing to food waste, such as poor storage, transportation, challenges, and overproduction. while contextualizing them within Filipino culture, which both exacerbates and mitigates waste. Now, to share with you my learnings while doing my research paper on climate change. Creating science and technology material for research requires a balance of accuracy, clarity, and relatability. Start by deeply understanding your subject matter, ensuring the information is credible and up to date. Another one is simplify complex concepts without diluting their essence. So, this can be achieved by using analogies, visuals, and relatable examples. Consider your audience's level of familiarity with the topic. Adapt the tone and language according to maintain engagement without overwhelming them. Infuse a narrative style where possible, weaving facts into a compelling story to make the content more human and less abstract. And lastly, collaborate with experts for accuracy and seek feedback from non experts to ensure accessibility. So, all in all, let the material inspire curiosity, empowering the audience to think critically and connect with the subject personally. Thank you and see you in the discussion forum.